What's going on, beautiful people of YouTube? It's Renebean. Welcome to another episode of Life of a Game Hunter / Collector. And boy, do we got some work to do today. As I told y'all before, we got to do a game room tour. Hopefully this week I'm going to have it out. But we obviously can't have the game room looking like this with all these games we got to add to the shelf. And you know that is such a hassle to do. So that's what we're going to focus on today. I'm going to go ahead and announce the winner to the last episode giveaway. And that winner is Saza Street. Congratulations. Just hit me up on Instagram to claim your prize. For everybody else out there, just be subscribed to the channel, hit the thumbs up, and leave a comment down below for your chance to win whatever they don't pick out here, either the Zelda tie clip or the cufflinks, and hopefully I'm going to have some more coming in. So anyways, guys, are y'all ready? This game room is a mess, but you know what? That's because I use it. Let's get to work. Alright guys, so I got the floor picked up. That never takes a lot of work. I mean, that does happen. You may see like a loose disc on the ground from when I was testing it for sale, or things just fall over. I mean, this room gets so cluttered, things can't fall. And like I said, I like to use my game room. A lot of people get pissed at me because the room can get messy, but you know what, guys? I'm in here almost every day. I'm playing some sort of game. It's bound to happen. So anyways, like I said, I got the floor tidied up, but this is not room tour worthy. We still got all this stuff to add, and my God, it piles up. It always does. Whenever I'm hunting, whenever I get something that I need for my collection, I just stack it here, and then I regrettably have to put it all up on the shelf at one point. So we do got to do that. There's a lot of things we got to fix, things that just kind of get, if I'm playing a game, I may not put it back perfectly. So we got to go over all the systems, all the games, and make sure everything's just in tune, everything is where it needs to be, and get to work on that. So what I'm going to do is we're going to sit down here, check out some of the stuff I get to add to the collection, and hopefully get it on the shelves with no problem. So there's no real easy way of doing this. I have a method, but that's me. That's the way I do it. I like to separate everything out. PSP, Wii, Xbox. I put everything in its own category, and that's kind of cool because I get to see what I'm adding to each collection. Because keep in mind, guys, I'm thinking about doing an official count. The official count's going to take a while. But I want to say I have to be in the neighborhood of 5,500, close to 6,000 games. That's a huge number. That's going to be a lot to count because, there's so many handheld games. There's so much of everything. But I probably should do it for the official tour. Because this is probably going to be like the peak of my game room. Because I'm literally running out of room. I'm going to have to start making decisions on some things that I need to collect for. Or, versus things that I just want. There's certain things that I need for my collection because those are the things that I want to play and that I want to enjoy. But things that I just want, I don't know. Maybe I'm just gumming up my words. But that's not going to stop me from collecting things like terrible Wii games or DS games. But it may in the future, start to interfere with things like more modern stuff. 360, PS3 stuff. Because that stuff is dirt cheap to collect for. You guys can find that stuff anywhere at yard sales, all the time. The retro stuff obviously is a lot harder, but so anyways, what we got here? I got this box right here, and I can't remember. Yeah, I just got some random games in here. I need to take these games and put them with my other games. Over here in this corner, I have 2 Nintendo cases, actually 3, full of GBA Game Boy Advance games, as well as, you can't see it right here, but there's a whole wall of Game Boy Original and the Game Boy Black cartridges, as well as, 2 bags full of Sega Game Gear games. But we'll worry about the handheld stuff here in a little bit. I'm going to move some of this stuff off to the side. This is really cool, the EA Sports memory card. I actually got the EA Sports N64 controller, and that goes with it. That's very awesome. What are some cool things that I'm adding to the collection? Check this out, guys. Ikaruga. Oh my God, this is awesome. I was playing this. It's brutal, but it's amazing. I'm very happy to add that to the collection. So what we're going to do, let's separate some things. I had my 3DS charger from when, what was it? When we had the hurricane, and I had to charge it up because, if the power was going out, my games aren't. I know that much. Media Pass. I like to keep these from when I go to conventions. It's just a cool little reminder of the fun that I had. You'll see some random NES games right here. They're either games that I pulled off the shelf to play or games that I've picked up. Double Dragon 2 I was playing. Punch Out I was playing to see if I can get to Mr. Dream. which I did, but he got me. I have beat Mike Tyson's Punch-Out a few times before, but that time I didn't. And the Punisher, which is awesome. I get to add that to the collection. So we're going to separate our cartridge stuff. I had this out. This is actually a variant from the other Turok Seeds Evil. It's a gray cart version. There's not a big price difference in them, but I need to put that over there with the other N64 stuff. I'm a big Turok fan. I don't normally collect variants, but that is one variant that I will keep. Another awesome game that I'm adding is Project Vice right here, or Vice Project Doom. I'm sorry. It's got, you know, it's got some stickerware, but that stuff doesn't bother me. You guys, you know that I'm not one of those people who have to make sure this card is immaculate. It was a lot better condition than my last one. My last one was actually like ripped all the way through here. Not a cheap game either, so very happy to add that to the NES collection. And as far as cartridge goes, unless I see any more, I'm adding 4 NES games and an N64 game, which is awesome. NES is getting really hard for me to find any games unless it's, you know, they're really big heavy hitter titles. So I'm going to set these over here, which you won't see, but I'll show the camera or move the camera and show you how we get all this stuff separated. Demos and skins, I keep stuff like this in miscellaneous areas. Alright, now we're getting into, oh yeah, PlayStation 1. Man, I love adding PlayStation 1 to the collection. The PlayStation 1 has such a huge library. It is unreal. And I've barely tapped the surface of that. I don't know how many games I got, maybe 300 or 400 of them. And it doesn't even seem like a lot. What are we adding? We're adding Hardcore Revolution, Ultimate Deer Hunter. And these are cool. I got these given to me at the convention. These are very awesome. The memory cards that are in the case, I think those are just cool as can be. Adding those. Oh, PSP titles. Try to get everything all in one. Dante's Inferno. I wanted this for the PSP. It's obviously not exclusive. It came out for the 360 and PS3, but to play it on such a small handheld, a beautiful game. So again, you don't get to see it, but I am adding everything into its own separate file. I'm going to make one for PS3. That is not important, that game there. Nintendo DS Chaotic Shadow Warriors. It's actually, I think, sealed, maybe a reseal. One that I didn't have, one that's going for the collection. Here's another awesome one, Heavy Rain. This is a beautiful game. PS3 can pump out some very nice exclusives. I can't argue that fact. Coming down the stack here, I always love when I can add cartoon DVDs based off of games. Things like that are very awesome. I love to collect these. And when we do the room tour, you'll actually see, you know, how many I got. I got quite a few, and those are some awesome ones to add. I mean, guys, I don't know how to make this stuff up, guys. Story Hour Adventures. I gotta break open one of these Wii games and just experience some of the awesomeness that it had. This is why I collect terrible Wii titles. It's almost interesting to see the type of shovelware stuff that got put out. This classic stories include the Three Brothers, Jack and the Beanstalk, Paul Bunyan, and Aladdin. Aladdin's folklore. I guess that's why they got copyright on it. It's not Disney. But that's crazy. What can you say? Alright guys, so I got everything divided up, and I'll show you all of what's going to be added to the shelves. A couple GameCube games, some Sega Genesis games. These were actually already in my collection. Someone wanted to buy a few. I lost their information on Instagram. I can't get back a hold of them, so I'm going to just put them back on the shelf. Hopefully if he sees this, he can hit me back up. Some PlayStation 1 games, adding quite a few to the stack. Some movies, DVDs, whole bunch of Wii titles. God almighty. PlayStation 2 games, a lot of them. The Shattered Memories I was actually playing recently, which is why it's down. Like I said, if I pull it, it's kind of like renting it. You know, sometimes I don't put it back on the shelf. I just put it over here in the stack to go back on the shelf. Still got to try this one out, A Dog's Life. Look, it's a dog simulator. Someone said apparently take a dump in that game or something. The NES games we got to add. 360, one N64 game, 4 PSP titles, which is awesome. I love collecting for that system. 3 Xbox games. One of them's the demo, so it'll go in my demo pile. A whole bunch of PS3 titles, which is awesome. Some DS, and then, actually, that PlayStation 2 game goes over here with that one. That was actually from my collection, but it needs to go back in it. So what we're going to do now is, hopefully, the way that I work it with these shelves, it's going to be a lot easier to add stuff to the shelf. I already put the Game Boy games away back there. Whenever we do the room tour, I'll go a lot more in depth, and then you'll get to see them. I don't want to give away too much in this vlog. But we do got to fix this up right here. We got stuff overhanging and whatnot. I probably got to relocate that 3DS so I can put those PSP games up there. So, anyways, let's see what we get done. Alright guys, we are getting there. As you can see, I got a lot of that stuff put away. Got all that looking good. That actually worked out for the DS stuff. Look at this. It's like perfectly right on the bottom of that lip. I've been considering getting rid of that display and having probably more shelves right there. I'm not sure yet if I'm going to do that. But we still got all this stuff here. I wanted to show you guys this. This is one reason that I always leave space in games, which you should always do. You never want it, you know, completely tight as can be. Because when you get, you know, 3 or 4 games you need to add it, it's such a pain to take everything down and start moving everything down. So a good tip for your game room, always leave room to grow. That's the biggest key. So putting these 5 PlayStation 1 games up here should be a breeze. So let me go ahead and do that. Alright guys, got all those games added. It is going to get tight in there, so I am going to have to do a move on them eventually, probably on the next run whenever I get some more PS1 games. But it's all looking good. So the next step is going to be the PS2 games, which should go on the shelf very easily. And then the 360, all this stuff should be put up fairly well. I think I'm going to get that done and then show y'all the final result. Alright guys, I am done. I got everything up off the floor. There's going to be some minor touches that I got to do to the game room. You know, dusting. Making sure everything is as perfect as it needs to be. But as you can see, the hardest part of it, man, was the Wii. I didn't realize I was adding so many games, and I actually had to take things down and make more room. Put some stuff over here, and, you know, that's just the way it goes. But I love collecting for the Wii. There's some really weird titles out for that system. PlayStation 1 was easy. I mean, it was all fairly simple as long as you leave room to grow, which is what I did for the Wii. So all these shelves have plenty of room to add 3 or 4 games to each shelf. I did end up with some doubles, and this is always bound to happen. It's either doubles or it's upgrades, so not too many here, so I was happy about that. But that's it, guys. Stay tuned for the game room tour. It's either going to be tomorrow or the next day. Honestly, I don't know. I'll probably be filming tomorrow and then editing, and then probably the day after. Maybe even Friday. I'm not too sure. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I know it's weird, but this is the life of a game hunter. It's always something different. It's always what I'm doing. So anyways, guys, I hope you all take care and enjoy the rest of your day.